Okay, how we doing? I got fed up with my live broadcast software. It's about the fourth time I've tried to do this now, so I've just gone back to the classic using the phone. So this is probably working 100 times better. But anyway, let's crack on. So today what I wanted to do, I haven't got any ads of the week to go through this week. Matt's been pretty busy putting other campaigns together and stuff, lots of changes to campaigns and things this week, so he's a bit slack, hasn't got around to doing that. I'm sure we'll have that back for next week, but instead what I've got for you is 3 really cool apps that I want to share. So these are all recommendations from other people, by the way, so people that I trust, know what they're talking about, but they're not things that I've actually tried myself yet. So I've actually spoken to a couple of our BFB customers this week about trying some of these out and letting them kind of guinea pig them for us. But I think in principle they look like all 3 of them could be really, really cool and help your fitness business or leisure business get more leads and nurture those leads into new members, which is what it's all about. So yeah, I'll take you through the 3 apps. The first one, this was recommended to me by someone in, there's a Facebook company called Espresso, which is one of the programs we use to help us manage loads of different Facebook ad accounts and campaigns. And they invited me over to a meeting up at the Hootsuite offices. They got bought out by a company called Hootsuite, you might have heard of, in the last couple of months. And yeah, they invited me and a little group of other ad agency owners up to their offices, and it was a good opportunity to see some of the things that are coming soon with Espresso, some of the changes and things, also with Hootsuite too. But more than that, most of the value was actually just having a chat with some of the other people, the guys at Espresso, Sarah, and also some of the other guys that own agencies, and seeing what's working well for them. And one of the things that a couple of people have started talking about was Facebook Messenger and how this is becoming more and more important. And in the next couple of years, kind of people are predicting that more and more people are going to be using Messenger instead of email, instead of text. So the first app is one called ManyChat, ManyChat, and this uses the Facebook's API to tap into the Messenger platform and allow you a bit like an email autoresponder service. So the first thing it can do is you can create kind of automated messages. So if someone messages you, clicks on an advert or clicks on a button on your website to message you via Facebook, then you can decide how that conversation is going to go, and you can kind of have the replies based on keywords they use or multiple choice questions, and you can actually automate a whole conversation. But you don't even need to do that. Like, you could just be using those messages to get people on Messenger, and then have actual, yourself or your team responding to those messages nice and quickly. But the other thing it allows you to do is build up a list of those people who are messaging you. So every time someone sends you a message on Facebook, they become a subscriber of yours, and then just like you would again with Aweber or with MailChimp or something like that, you can now send broadcast messages through ManyChat to all of your Messenger subscribers, which is really cool. And you can make those messages look really nice. You can put videos in them, you can put images on them, you can attach files even. And the main reason for doing this is not only because more and more people are going to be using Facebook Messenger as kind of time goes on, but at the moment in particular, because there's not many people using it, the open rates on Messenger messages are really, really high. Like, some people saying as much as kind of 80% compared to email open rates, which they might be getting anywhere between 5 and 20%, depending on how warm the list is, I guess, that they're emailing. So anyway, it's a real good opportunity. ManyChat, it only costs like £10 a month, so I'm definitely interested in trying that out with a few clubs and seeing kind of how they find it, how it works. We can set up Facebook ads with the objective of getting people to message you, and then that's going to be growing your Messenger list, and you can send broadcasts to them, or you can set up those automations. So that's the first one, that's ManyChat. Second one this was recommended to me by a guy I know who is a really, really good copywriter and knows an awful lot of stuff about internet marketing, email marketing. And he recommended this service. He said he's used it with a few of his clients, and it's called SlyBroadcast. Sounds a bit dodgy, I know, but no, SlyBroadcast is a way of pre-recording a voicemail and then being able to send that directly to mobile phones without having to call them. So you can see again how we could use this in any automation sequences you've got. So maybe we've got our developer looking at it at the moment for Zoho CRM, so we can see if our customers could have it so that, like, you know, if a new lead applies at the moment, maybe they get an email, maybe they get a text message, perhaps we want to add a voicemail to that as well, so they get sent a personalised voicemail from you or one of your team asking them to call them back, maybe some urgency on it as well. But it's just another way that you can get in contact with them. Maybe on the last day of their trial or something, there's a voicemail that goes saying, hey, I tried to get hold of you just to let you know we've only got a few spaces left on that great offer. Call me back straight away on this number. I'll try emailing you and texting you as well. You know, something like that, just so they're getting the voicemail as well as the text, as well as the email. But you could also use it to do broadcasts too. So again, at the end of the month, or, you know, maybe you've got a new piece of content coming up that you want to share with everybody on your list, you could send a voicemail. You record it once and then have it sent through SlyBroadcast to all of your people on that list. So yeah, it looks like a really cool service. You can either do it on a prepaid basis or you can do a monthly subscription, which works out cheaper. So I'd suggest what we're going to do with a couple of customers is start on a prepaid basis, just like buy a load of credits for, I don't know, 50, 100 quid or something, test it out, particularly once we've got the integration with Zoho as well, and then see how it's working. And if it's something that we like and it's having a positive effect, then we can move them over onto the monthly subscription. Monthly subscription starts at, like, I think it's 150, 160 quid a month or so, but that's like up to 2,000 voicemails sent out every month. So yeah, if it's working well, then it could be interesting. So that's SlyBroadcast. And the final one I want to talk about is called Caursely, and this was something that was recommended me by a guy in America who owns a digital marketing agency. I've actually done some like business coaching with him before as well. Really switched on guy. He's done a fantastic job with his agency. It's really cool, working really well, very successful. And yeah, he put me onto a company called Caursely. And what they do is they get you more of your members to check into your location, which helps with your organic reach, because every time someone checks in, then some of their friends are going to see that they've checked into your gym. So it's not direct response, but what it's doing is it's kind of getting your name out there, getting lots and lots of people, lots of kind of impressions of you know, your gym and where you are, which obviously is good for your local awareness. But the way that Caursely get them to do that, because I know, you know, we've tried that at gyms before where we're like, you know, if you check in 10 times, you get a t-shirt or something like this, you know, trying to, or just kind of encouraging people, yeah, check in every time you come to our gym. But a lot of people are like, I don't want to look like the idiot who's trying to tell all his mates 3-4 times a week that I'm at the gym again, I'm at the gym again, I'm at the gym again. Like, they feel a bit embarrassed about it, or like, you know, they don't want to broadcast that to everybody. However, what Caursely do is they say, if you're working with them, they have a different charity that they're supporting every month. So it might be a charity, let's say, that are buying meals for starving kids in Africa or something. And so what they'll say is, every 2 check-ins we get at your gym this month, we're going to donate a meal to starving kids in Africa. And what happens is you pay Caursely a flat rate. It's like, I think it goes from $100 to $200 a month, which is basically just a charity donation. You're just donating £200 a month to charity. And then they supply you with all the things that you need. They do it through Facebook again, so they connect to your Facebook page, and they'll actually, I can't remember whether they post them or whether they just give you the videos and the images to post on your behalf, where it will be telling all your members, every time you check in this month, we're going to donate, you know, a meal to underprivileged kids, or we're going to, it's a different one every month. It might be they're buying a pair of shoes for kids, or whatever it is. Like, it's a different charity every time to keep it nice and fresh, keep it interesting. But what it's doing is it's giving people a really good reason to check into your business, and all you're really doing is just donating some money to a charity each month. So it's great positioning for you as well, because it's good local awareness, but it's also putting you in a really good light because you're supporting all these charities. But more than that, what it's doing is it's getting your members, and particularly with gyms, because you've got some people who are coming 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week. Every time they come in, they're checking in, and that means more and more people are seeing it. So yeah, I think it's a really clever idea, and I think, well, it already works for loads and loads of gyms in America using it. They've got, I can't even remember how many clients, but they've got loads of clients, a lot of whom are gyms. They have like a separate program for gyms. They don't work just with gyms, health clubs. They work with like loads of different types of business, but particularly for fitness businesses where people are checking in regularly, obviously it works really, really well because you get all that extra exposure on Facebook from all the check-ins. So yeah, it's called Causley. Definitely worth checking out. I've got a call next week with one of the guys from Causley as well. But yeah, if you're interested in trying any of those out, then give me a shout and I can put you in touch. We'll put the links to each of them in the show notes on the blog too. So yeah, hope you find those three useful, and I will definitely update you when we start using those with some of our customers that we persuaded to guinea pig on them, to let you know how they're going, what's working. So yeah, that's it for the BFB show this week. 4th attempt, 5th attempt, whatever it was. I hope you managed to enjoy it this time, and I shall see you next week.